You all know what to do when somebody pounds this gavel on the bench. I want to welcome everyone to our December 1st, 2022 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting. Commissioner Wathen, would you lead us in a prayer and a pledge?
Yes, please. Dear God, our Father, thank you for all the blessings that you have bestowed on this great county. Please bless all of our employees and their families. Bless our police, deputies, military, and all our first responders. As always, we ask that you help this court to make decisions that will be pleasing to you. We pray all of this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. And once again, I want to welcome everyone to our December 1st, 2022 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting. Jenny is not with us tonight. Terry is her stand-in. She'll do a great job, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. First item.
Consideration for approval, A, minutes of the November 15th, 2022 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Commissioners, you've all had a copy of the minutes in your possession for some time. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
B, all claims for all departments.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Again, Commissioners, you've all had a copy of the bills due and payable by Daviess County Fiscal Court in your possession for some time. Any questions of the treasurer? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
C,
Next item.
county clerk's claim for preparing tax bills.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Judge, this is a funding mechanism set by KRS for the county clerk's office to receive payment for preparing the 2022 property tax bills. 47,437 tax bills were prepared at 30 cents each for a total claim of $14,231.10, of which fiscal court pays half in the amount of $7,115.55. I have reviewed it. It is in order, and I would recommend approval.
Questions or comments, Commissioners? Anyone in our audience didn't get your tax bill? Oh, that's Jordan Road, but you're from somewhere else. Okay.
I did see the hand go up.
Yeah, I saw it too. I'm going, he is too honest, I can tell you. If there are no questions or comments, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
D, resolution number 21, 2022, street lighting district for the preserve.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Do you want to do this, Jordan? Okay.
This is the method per KRS to allocate the meter cost of streetlights that are installed in subdivisions in unincorporated areas of Daviess County. This resolution is for the preserved subdivision off of Millers Mill Road and was petitioned by the property owners. The subdivision will become a streetlight district where the collective cost of the streetlights will be divided by the amount of parcels in the district and placed on the respective tax bills for collection and our ultimate remittance to the utility. The petitioner has fulfilled all of the requirements. Our legal department has reviewed it, and I see no issues.
Commissioners, question or comment? Claude, just to answer proactively a question I'll get tomorrow, I'm sure. If we're going to pass this for this group, why don't we provide street lighting in some of these smaller communities at no cost?
Well, we're not allowed to do that first. That's the most important reason. Statute requires that the owners of the subdivision or the area petition the court to ask for that to be done.
So we're always willing to entertain a petition.
Yes.
And we'll see if we can't get you streetlights, but you'll end up paying more. And most of the time what happens in subdivisions, the developer will put the streetlights in, but the folks are paying for the material cost in the cost of the house, the cost of the lot, and then they are paying on their tax bill the cost of the electricity to operate. Any question or comment, Commissioners? Anyone out in the audience that didn't understand that? If there are no questions, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
E, MOA with the City of Owensboro for Juvenile, Drug, and Mental Health Court.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second. Claude?
Judge, this is a continuation, a request for continuation and additional funds and additional activities for what we have as the Juvenile Drug Court. The city and the county 3 years ago in 2019 created a Juvenile Drug Court because the administrative office of the court quit funding a Juvenile Drug Court in 2000 and I believe it was 17. This program has been very successful. We've had in the county attorney's office numerous requests from both schools, providers, also some people in the community. I've had at least one discussion with Representative Johnson about a program like this or programs about how we can deal with some of the juvenile, let's say, crimes or incidents. This is not one to deal with the serious crimes, robberies, rapes, murders, other gun-related offenses are treated very seriously. Those kids end up in detention. These are ones where we hope that we can reach out to them through the schools and through some of these providers to reduce recidivism and be able to find some of the treatment options for them that are not available through the courts right now. I think the court has been very generous in allowing us to do this in the past. We have asked for, and I believe the court is willing to provide an additional $10,000, $5,000 from the county, $5,000 from the city, which is less than the first amount of funding that the court provided 3 years ago, which we reduced, I think, $40,000 a couple of years ago, but now we're asking for about 25% of that back. And I think this program will allow the county attorney's office, the courts, I think some of the judges are here, school representatives, people who have been, who have requested or asked us to do some of these things, and we just ask for the court's approval.
Well, hopefully, you know, you've heard me say before that a dollar spent at the beginning is like having to spend $100 at the end. I think that if we can get a hold of these young folks early, that maybe we can start them down a different path. I had a report by Jailer Maglinger yesterday, I think, Commissioner, I think I copied you on it, where over half of the folks that are in the Daviess County Detention Center are in there for our local prisoners, meaning that each and every one of you that got that tax bill are paying for them being there. And if by spending this money up front, we can keep some of those young folks out, start them on a different path, then I think it's well worth the money. And I know in speaking with the commissioners, every one of them were excited to continue the program and enhance the program. And I won't speak for the city, but I will tell you that in our conversations with the city, it was the same there. So is there anyone, you pick one of them to come up and speak if they want. I'm not going to. Anyone have anything that they want to say? It looks like we've got the vast majority of you folks, either you're out here or you're waiting for your jury trial. I don't know. So if there's no one that wishes to speak, commissioners? Yes, sir.
Just one little comment. I like the fact that there's and we talked about this before the meeting, that there's a time frame set. It's set at 4 years. And the reason I like that is so that in 4 years, they will reevaluate the program. If it's working well, they can continue on. If it's not, it can be terminated. So I like the fact that they've set it up for 4 years. So it's a good program.
Yeah, we try to do those kinds of things. And hopefully at that point, we will be able to show that there's a significant improvement and we'll ask for a continuance.
It's a good program. So, yeah.
Any other comments? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
F, change order 06 for RFP 01-2020, P25 trunked radio system.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Judge, this is the final change order for the P25 trunked radio system in the amount of $39,590. $34,604.92 of this amount represents the final verification of all radio counts and models across all participating departments and volunteer systems, where we returned equipment and replaced it, added radios where they were needed, etc. The remaining $4,985.08 covers backup systems, desk sets, and installations at main dispatch, backup dispatch, and at our operations center. This change order brings our total contract value to $6,414,632, which is below our initial estimate in December of 2019 of $6.46 million for the system. Our consultants at Trot Communications and myself have reviewed it. We are in agreement with Motorola's final counts and figures, and I would recommend approval.
Commissioners, it seems like it's been longer than that since we started this, but we're finally at the end. I know that all of our first responders are very pleased with the system, and we are pleased that we are able to give them that added layer of protection and maybe give them a little satisfaction of knowing that when they leave the house in the morning, that if they run into trouble, they can get some help, some backup, and they have a reasonable chance of getting back home to their families that evening. I want to take the opportunity to say thank you to Trot. Trot Communications came in here, approved all of our local experts. We're not so, well, they were X and they were spurts. That was about the best we could say. I think that if we hadn't have hired the consultant, we may well have been $1 million over the budget as opposed to under the budget. So any questions or comments? I don't know why, but anyone out there want to comment? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
G, terminate the following bids. Number 19, 2022, Janitorial Services for Morton J. Holbrook Judicial Center, annual. Number 24, 2022, Janitorial Services for County Administrative Facilities, annual.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Mr. Johnson, you know how we want to do this. If you would go through each one, explain it, and then just pause, and I'll ask if there are any questions.
Certainly, Judge. I will handle both items at the same time, and I would like to read into the record that we are recommending termination of the two janitorial contracts, 19-2022 and 24-2022, covering all government facilities with Epic Systems Incorporated, per contract section 3.22, contract termination, subsection 3, default, subsection B. Both of these contracts were awarded on 6/2 of 2022 for the term July 1st of 22 through June 30th of 23. I have apprised the court of the issues that we've had, and after consulting with the county attorney, county engineer, and Judge Mattingly, we recommend termination and will address the remainder of the contract term with 2 award recommendations later in the agenda.
Commissioners, questions or comments? Question or comment by the public? I just make one comment that we take very seriously when we issue contracts to people. We take very seriously using the taxpayer dollars judiciously. And when the taxpayer is not getting what they paid for, that it's time to move on. And we take it very seriously when we have to terminate a contract. If there are no other questions or comments, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
H, reject the following bids. Number 22, 23, 27, electrical and HVAC upgrade project for the courthouse. Number 22, 23, 31, electrical upgrade project for the courthouse.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Judge, both of these bids were to expand the electrical capacity of the courthouse to allow for future growth and options when we ultimately address the courthouse's HVAC system. They were essentially the same project, with one addressing some HVAC issues on the second floor of the courthouse in addition to that electrical portion. The bid received for 22, 23, 27 was far outside of our expected cost range by roughly $170,000. The bid for 22, 23, 31 was slightly outside of our expected cost range. However, They cannot begin work until October 2023, which will be in a new budget of a new administration. So since this project is not time-sensitive, we recommend rejecting both bids and revisiting this item next year when delivery times of their necessary equipment is more stable and known.
Question or comment, Commissioners? Question or comment by the public? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
I, award the following bids. Number 222333, trap and skeet targets. Number 222334, new truck weighing scales. Number 222337, janitorial services for Morton J. Holbrook Judicial Center. Number 222338, janitorial services for county administrative facilities.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Mr. Johnson.
Beginning with 222333, this bid is for the provision of 2,880 cases of targets for the Daviess County Gun Club. We received 4 bids ranging from $44,976.75 to $52,079.81, and recommend award to the lowest and best evaluated bid submitted by Welch Outdoors in the amount of $44,976.75. Although we have not used this vendor in the past, Gun Club management are aware of them and they foresee no issues. This is a standard budgeted restock of targets for the Gun Club. The full cost will be recouped by shooting fees. Their exception was minor, and I would recommend approval.
Commissioners, questions? Comments? Anyone in the public? Let's go to the next one, Jordan.
222334, this bid is for the removal of the existing scales and installation of a new concrete deck truck scale at the Grimes Avenue Transfer Station. We are recommending award to the only bid submitted by Premier Scales and Systems in the amount of $75,770. This is a budgeted replacement. The dates are acceptable to Transfer Station Management. There were no exceptions. This is a known vendor, and I would recommend approval.
Commissioners, questions or comments? Anyone from the public? You know, Jordan, it just occurred to me, we only have one bid on this. Is there a particular reason?
Let me see. I believe there are 5 entities that manufacture these scales in the U.S., a very limited number.
Okay.
As far as regionally, Premier Scales and Systems is about the only vendor that ever participates. There is another that reached out to us to say they would not be participating.
Okay. Did we send out requests for bid
Yes,
to all of those 5?
all contacts.
And only one chose to respond? I
Yes,
just
sir.
asked because I noticed on Facebook today, somebody was berating local governments, state governments, and the federal government. And DJ, I just saw you come in somewhere because we had no bids on the Highway 54 widening. And, you know, it's not government's in my purview to go out and grab them by the throat and make them bid, is it? We don't do that in a free society. Just a little editorial comment. Next one.
222337, this bid is for the provision of janitorial services at the Morton J. Holbrook Judicial Center. We received 2 bids ranging from $5,490.56 per month to $6,699.66 per month, and recommend award to the lowest and best evaluated bid of Pierce Clean in the amount of $5,490.56 per month. The contract period extends from December 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023 to replace the respective terminated contract that was addressed earlier. These are budgeted services that are reimbursed by the Administrative Office of the Courts. There were no exceptions, and I would recommend approval.
Questions or comments? Questions or comments from the public? Next item.
222338, this bid is for the provision of janitorial services for county administrative facilities, which include the Operations Center, Landfill Office, Transfer Station Office, Courthouse, Schertzinger Building, and Kirtley Annex. We are recommending the only bid submitted by Pierce Clean in the amount of $8,645.26 per month. The contract period extends from December 1 of 22 to June 30th of 23 to replace the respective terminated contract that was addressed earlier. These are budgeted services. There were no exceptions, and I would recommend approval.
Questions or comments, commissioners? Questions or comments by the public? There being none, Commissioners, you've all heard the recommendations regarding bid number 2223-33, -34, -37, and -38. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And it just occurred to me, folks, you won't hurt our feelings if you want to get up and leave, but you're welcome to stay. Next item.
J,
Now I just wanted to see who had the guts to stand up and walk out. Go ahead.
J,
I'll remember that.
promote Aaron Rafferty to Transfer Station Heavy Equipment Operator effective 12/2/22.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. This is a motion, not an addition to our workforce. It's always nice when you can promote from within, so congratulations, Aaron. Any question or comment, Commissioners? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next one.
K, promote Bryant Taylor to the Road Department Service Technician effective 12/2/22.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Again, this is a promotion, not an additional employee being added, and we're promoting from within. Congratulations, Brian. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
L, hire Jerome Hernandez as Road Department Service Technician effective 12/5/22.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Mark, this is not an addition. This is just a replacement, correct?
It's a vacancy, yes.
Okay. Jerome, welcome to the Daviess County Fiscal Court team. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
M, appoint Merritt Bates Thomas and Katie Cecil to the DC Extension District Board, effective 12/31/22.
Move to approve. Second.
Commissioners, Merritt Bate Thomas is taking the place of Katie Clerk, who served 2 terms and is term limited, and Katie Cecil is taking the place of Debbie Zerner, who also served 2 terms and is term limited. Typically, or not typically, the way this works is that the Extension Office Board will submit 2 names for each spot, and then the Judge Executive will choose the replacements. David, I can't remember, what did Katie is a major award winner. Farm Bureau, she's Farm Bureau, national, Young Farmer Award. So Katie, double congratulations. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
N, reappoint Rodney Ellis and appoint Christopher
Gendek.
Gendek to the DC Library Board, effective 9/13/22.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Commissioners, again, Rodney Ellis is a reappointment. He has served 1.5 terms on the board. Chris Gendek is taking the place of Vina Bora, I think. Yes. I looked at Commissioner Castleman because he's the liaison to the library board. I want to thank Vina for the work that she did. Just a comment, this past legislative session, there was a change in the way that library board members could be appointed. I would tell you that Daviess County Fiscal Court has worked well under the current law from the standpoint that we have tried to change the board makeup to make it more diverse. And in order to appoint someone, they have to be first approved by the Board of Library and Archives, or Archives and Libraries in Frankfurt, and then sent to us. That's the only board that I know of that is self-perpetuating. Mm-hmm. All the other boards are appointed by the Judge Executive in consultation with the fiscal court. I don't see any need, and there would be the next court can change the way that's done, and you don't have to consult, but it seems to me that we've gotten along very well with our current library management, and of course, it's up to you guys what you are going to do in the end.
Right.
Questions or comments? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
O, second reading of KOC 921-681-2022, 15-2022, an ordinance amending a zoning classification set forth in the county zoning ordinance of February 5, 2004 regarding 6841 Highway 144.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Do we have any of the folks who are particularly interested in this item here with us tonight? Okay. Claude, why don't you explain what we're doing and why we're doing it and how we're doing it the way that we are doing it?
This is a request for an appeal from a planning commission decision that was made in September. They approved and are required to approve a consolidation of a lot owned by one person. There were 5 people who filed an appeal to the county because the property is within the county. The county has an option to do 3 things. They can have a hearing. We can have a hearing where there's no evidence but just arguments on each side, or the county, as we did in this instance, may, without any receiving any evidence or any arguments, decide that the planning commission's decision was appropriate. I think the court decided to do the latter. Took the third option in this instance because it was a required zoning change, and this change was really just to consolidate the 2 lots into one because they were one owner. I think the people, and I think the judge explained to them last time in the court, explained to them that their real concern was some of the planned uses which will require them to go back to the planning commission or to the Board of Adjustments to seek a conditional use permit for the uses they have, and so that would be their appropriate remedy for what they wanted to do.
I think in talking to some of the folks after the meeting, they thought that by appealing this, we were going to have the conditional use hearing, which is not the case. There's another board that will hear that. They will be notified just like they were on the rezoning. They'll have an opportunity to make their arguments there. The zoning, what we had was a lot that was split zoned. So you had 1 acre and half an acre was R1A,
Right.
and 1/2 acre was RAU, right? And when those come before the planning commission, they want it consolidated. You have to consolidate the lot. So as one of the folks said, well, that's a no-brainer, and it was. And I think, again, as I told them, that their argument is before the Board of Adjustments or the conditional use, on that conditional use permit. If we were to find for the appellant, is that appellant?
The appellant,
Yes.
correctly, yes.
Yeah, but come on, judges, why don't you get up here and tell me what I'm trying to say? If we were to find for them, we'd set a very dangerous precedent in Daviess County regarding amending the zoning classifications for split zoning. So I don't think that we want to do that. So with that terrible explanation, is there anyone? No, we weren't going to receive comments, so you don't even get to comment, sorry. All those in favor, oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner.
I just have a comment. I want to, and I think it was said in the last
Right.
meeting, that it would be a lot simpler and easier for the system, for planning and zoning, for this court, for city, if whenever there's split zoning, if they could just apply for that.
Amen.
And let the staff at the Planning and Zoning Commission make that judgment, and it would speed up the process, and it'd be a lot easier on everybody, a lot less expensive. So anyway, I hope that somebody in the future will consider that.
Thank you, Commissioner, because we did talk about that.
I think you recommended that.
And I think I recommended it to the next judge executive and his court, some of whom are here this evening. I think what you do is, this was a arbitrary assignment of zoning. It was arbitrary. The folks that owned the property had no choice. It was just, hey, you got a house on it, it fronts a highway, R1A. The rest of it can be agricultural. So in that case, I don't even think folks should be charged a fee to change it to one or the other. That it should be just make an application. The staff at Planning and Zoning can do it themselves. They don't have to bring it to fiscal court or to the city of Owensboro. And saves everybody some time, heartache, and money. So I hope, Commissioner, you and the next court will consider that. Any other question or comment? There being none, all in favor, and this ordinance upholds the Planning Commission's finding. It adopts
the Planning Commission's finding.
to amend the map.
To amend the map, correct.
So all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Number two.
Next item.
Number 2, consideration for discussion. A, other business to be brought before the Daviess County Fiscal Court.
None.
B, public comments.
This is time in our meeting in which we invite the public to approach the podium, give us your name and your address for the record, and you're welcome to speak on anything other than what was on the agenda. That was going to be our Christmas present. A whole room full of people and not one person. You know, George, I think we're going to be able to walk out here and say we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Okay. Next item.
C, Daviess County employee anniversaries.
We have firefighter and EMT Andrew Wilson, who has been with us for 5 years. Andrew, thank you very much.
D, comments by Daviess County Fiscal Court.
Commissioner Caslen.
Pass.
Commissioner Wathen.
I just want to remind everybody about on December 3rd, Saturday, at the Yellow Creek Park, Jim Lambert Pioneer Village, there's going to be a big Christmas celebration from 8 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. Starts off with a breakfast at 8 o'clock with Santa Claus and Miss Santa Claus, both will be there. There's going to be a lot of things going on, quilting, wood penny crafts, a lot. Yeah, I'm not going to mention all of them, but there's a lot of things going on all day long. It'll be a lot of fun. Everybody might want to go out there and enjoy the park this coming Saturday.
Commissioner Coger.
Pass.
I wish you wouldn't do that to make me do all this. Commissioner Wathen, we still have Christmas at Panther Creek going on, 6 p.m. every night, 6 p.m. to 10. Is it 10, I think? 9. $5 a carload, so somebody get a school bus and take them out for $5. That'd be a pretty good treat. I want to say happy birthday to firefighter Pavel Zboril from the Czech Republic, but now a U.S. citizen. He is a member of the paid Daviess County Fire Department, and today is Pavel's birthday, and he is also in the paramedic training class that Fiscal Court, City of Owensboro, and the Owensboro Community Technical College started to try to increase the number of paramedics that are available here. The Whitesville Christmas Parade is December the 10th at 10 a.m., so I think it's going to rain. It's always either rained or snowed, or it's been really cold. That's why we always ride inside. We have quite a few elected officials here this evening, and I'm not going to try to name them all because I'll miss some of them, but if you serve, most of you are judges from the bench. Judge Meyer is there, Judge Miller is there, Judge Payne. I didn't see anybody else. Is that it? Okay. I have Commissioner-elect Chris Caslin, I think. Chris, is that you back there? Janie Marksberry and Larry Conder, the other commissioner, soon to be called a Davis County Commissioner. I can't believe it. We have Representative DJ Johnson with us. DJ, thanks for everything that you do and looking forward to this coming General Assembly. We hope you get lots of money for Davis County and maybe, well, I'm going to leave that one alone. Did I miss anybody? Joanna Shake, our grad chair, or not chair, our CEO, director of grad is here. And I don't think I missed anybody. So, this was so much fun. I want to keep us going because Commissioner Wathen has to be in Louisville here pretty soon, right? If there's no other business to be brought before Davis County Fiscal Court without exception, we're adjourned.